Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushai.
Yahushai.
The water.
The water.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Amathka.
Amathka.
Atha.
Atha.
Nathan.
Nathan.
Lenawa.
Lenawa.
What we said was bless the Most High in the name of Yahushai and the water, or thank you to the Most High and Yahushai for giving us his truth.
Yep.
All right, tonight's lesson is going to be and what about the creation? And the reason why we're making this lesson today is because you got this one guy by the name of Israel 144 that got a whole bunch of videos on the site that I just found out about. We just found out about a couple of days ago that he got a whole bunch of videos on the site coming against Elder Tahar and against GMS, and he got a lot of, he got some of Elder Tahar's videos and some of my videos on there, and basically calls us Gnostics and all kind of crap, And what we want to address is the fact of the creation. Who created everything that you see today? Well, we're going to go into it. Now, the first thing we have to deal with is the fact that the Most High is like a movie director, because what you see before you is nothing but a movie. All right. Even Shakespeare said that all the world is a stage and we're just pawns in it. Now, the Most High is the director. The director writes a script, or you may have somebody that writes a blueprint. And when you write the blueprint, you look for the right person that you need for them to be able to manifest your vision tangibly, so to speak. All right. So what the Most High did was, matter of fact, go to Isaiah 45:5, because the Most High was there in the beginning by himself. He is a power. That's why we're always saying that there's no other God with him. He's the only power. And what he did was he created Yahushai and the angels. Or he created Yahushai. Yahushai created the angels. And then the Most High gave Yahushai the blueprint of how to make the earth and the heavens and everything you see here on the earth today and in the universe. So we want to start off with Isaiah 45:5.
Come on, Isaiah chapter 45 verse 5. I am the Lord and there is none else. There is no power beside me.
Right, so the Lord said, I am the Lord and there is none else. There is no power or no God besides me. Is there more to that?
Though thou hast not known me.
Read that again from the top.
Right, come. I am the Lord and there is none else. There is no power beside me. I girdeth thee, though thou hast not known me.
Right, so there's no other God with the Most High. So the Most High at the beginning was by himself.
Okay.
All right, so he was there by himself, and now.
Let me read the next.
Yeah, you could go ahead. You go ahead and read some more.
It says that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me.
Right. It was only the Most High in the beginning. Go ahead.
I am the Lord and there is none else.
I am the Lord and there is none else. Period. Now go from there to Deuteronomy 4:35. All right, just to give you some more. So you could get an understanding of what was going on in the beginning. The Most High is the power. He existed, and then he started creating things. But he's not the one that sat down and made the earth and made the heavens and put the sun and the moon and the stars in their right place, created the rivers and the valleys, and the mountains and the hills and the animals and man. He didn't create all of that, even though it was his plans. But he gave those plans to Yahushai and the angels. So now read that, brother, in Deuteronomy 4:35.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 35. Unto thee it was showed that thou mightest know that the Lord, he is power. There is none else beside him. Out of heaven he made thee to hear his voice, that he might instruct thee, and upon earth show thee his great fire.
Right, so now read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 4:35. Unto thee it was showed that thou mightest know that the Lord, he is power. There is none else beside him.
Right, so that's it. The Most High, he is the power. He is the God. And there is none else beside him. Now go from there to Mark. And if you got something, you can bring it out. Okay. Mark the 12th chapter and the 29th and the 30th verse. Now this was Yahushai reflecting back to in the book of Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter. which is the credo or the saying that we would say amongst each other when we would greet each other. Besides, the blessings, which is Shema Yasha Allah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Khud, which means the Lord our power is one Lord. So read that, brother.
Right, Khud. Mark chapter 12, verse 29. And Yahweh Shai answered him, the first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord.
Right, go ahead.
And thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
Right, so it says that the Lord our power is one Lord, which that's one of the prayers that we say for the Sabbath service or for the Passover service, which is the Sabbath service, which is Shema Yasha Allah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Akkad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our Lord or Yahweh is one. Alright, so now let's go from there to 1 Corinthians 8 and 4. See, what we're doing with these few scriptures here is establishing the fact that the Most High was a power alone in the universe, or a power alone in space, and in his throne. Alright, so go ahead, brother.
Come. 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 4. As concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other power but one.
Right, there's no other power or no other God but one. And who's that? Yahweh. Alright, so now, is there more to that?
Yeah, come. It says, For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many.
That's right.
But to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him.
Right.
And,
go ahead.
And one Lord, Yahweh Shai, by whom are all things, and we by him.
Right, because it was the Most High at the beginning, and what he did was he created the Messiah. We're going to get into that. Alright, so now the last scripture is Ephesians 4 and 6, dealing with this topic of the Most High being the only power. There's many other scriptures you can go to prove that the Most High is the only power, but we're just hitting a couple of them just to set the mode right, so to speak, so you could understand. You got that, brother?
Okay. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 5. It says...
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you want from 4?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Good.
Verse 5. It says, one Lord, one faith, one baptism.
Right, the one Lord is talking about Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
It says, one God and Father of all, who is above all, and through all, and in you all.
Right, so it says one God and Father of all. So there's only one Most High. Alright, and he was the only one that was there in the beginning, before the things that you see were created, or before any spirit was created. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into when the Most High created Yahweh Shai. Now go from there to the book of Hebrews, the 1st chapter and the 6th verse. Because I've been dealing with this guy back and forth on the comment boards, and basically the guy is gone. All he does is just spout out insults, and then he'll put like 50 scriptures in one post, and those scriptures he posts, he doesn't understand them, So read that, brother.
Okay. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 1, verse 6.
Matter of fact, start at the first verse and we'll read on down right into it.
Okay, no problem. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. The Most High, who at sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, whom he hath appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds.
Right, which is Yahweh Shai. And he made the worlds and all the things that are therein.
That's right.
With the angels. Go ahead.
It says, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person.
In other words, he looked just like the Most High. Go ahead. That's why he told Philip, he that hath seen me hath seen the Father. Not meaning that they're the same person, but that he looks just like his Father, meaning he's a spitting image of his Father.
That's right.
Go ahead.
In the express image of his person, in upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins,
Go ahead.
sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high,
Go ahead.
being made so much better than the angels.
Being made so much better than the angels, because he was created, but he was created to be better than the angels. Why? Because he is the son of the Most High. Go ahead.
As he have by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee, and again I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son.
What verse you in now?
Verse 5.
Go ahead.
And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he saith.
But then again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world. Now let's go to the Blue Letter Bible and let's find out what this word first begotten is in the Greek. So we'll be right back. All right, so read that, Hebrews 1 and 6.
Right, Hebrews chapter 1 verse 6. It says, and again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he saith, and let all the angels of the Most High worship him.
All right, so now let's take a look at that word first begotten, which is from G44:16. Now the word there is prototokos, all right? Prototokos. Now the word prototokos, this is what it means. Go ahead, brother.
Prototokos, the firstborn of man or beast, of Christ, the firstborn of all creation.
Right, of Christ, which is the Messiah, Yahushua, the firstborn of all creation, because he was the first spirit created. That's what the word prototokos mean, you know. And then I gave this guy this definition, and all he does is just spouts insults, you know, call you all kind of names, but you know, you can't let that phase you. But the word prototokos, which means of the Messiah, the firstborn of all creatures, comes from the word proto, which the word proto is where you get the word first from, or which is prototype, which is the first type. You know, then you have the word tikto here, and the word tikto, or from tokos, is to bring forth, bear, produce, fruit from the seed of the woman giving birth, of the earth bringing forth its fruits, metaphorically to bear, bring forth. So the Most High created Yahushua, so he brought him forth, as you can see here. All right, now the word first implies that there were more created after. So Yahushua was the first spirit that was ever created. From the Greek word prototokos, which means of Yahushua or of the Messiah, the firstborn of all creation. All right. All right. So as you can see, we looked up the Greek word for first begotten, which is prototokos, which means of the Messiah, the firstborn of all creation. So read that again, brother, in Hebrews 1 and 6.
Right. And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world.
So he says, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world. When did he bring him in? When he created him. So the Most High, Yahweh, created Yahushua and brought him in. Read that again.
And again, when he bringeth in the first begotten into the world, he saith, and let all the angels of the Most High worship him.
Right, because the Most High made him greater than all those angels. So all of those angels that he created, beginning with the Messiah, he made him the highest spirit underneath him. You have the Most High. That's why, matter of fact, go to 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, and if you got something, bring that out. 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, there's an order. The spirits are the ones that's in order. That's why it doesn't matter what a man looks like. It matters what the spirit of that man is. Because you might have a brother that might look weak or feeble or frail, but he might be a great mighty man of the Lord.
Yep.
He might be one of King David's mighty men. When the Lord turned that man's spirit up, you don't know. Because the Most High deals with spirits. He don't deal with appearance. So the Most High is the top spirit. Then you have Yahushua on down the line. So read that, brother.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua.
Right, the head of the man is Yahushua. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man. Go ahead.
And the head of Yahushua is the Most High.
And the head of Yahushua is the Most High. So there's an order. The Most High is the top spirit. Yahushua is the next in line. And then underneath him, you have other spirits that were created. All right. So now, if you got something, you can bring it out, brother. But let's go from there to the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 14. You know, because these guys, they're just bugged out. They're just bugged out guys that got together. That main guy, he said he came up on the Ariala, which Ariala, he was from Chicago. He was at the main school. He went out to California back in the 90s. He opened up a school out there, you know, and then some guys went their separate ways. Some guys have not right now with Zabak, and the other guys went their separate ways. All right. So go ahead, brother.
Revelations chapter 3 verse 14 says, and unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans, write, these things saith the Amen.
Who's the Amen? Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
The faithful.
The faithful. Go ahead.
And true witness.
And true witness. Go ahead.
The beginning of the creation of the Most High.
The beginning of the creation of the Most High, which we just read in Hebrews 1 and 6. The word prototokos, for first begotten, means that Yahweh Shai was brought forth. He was the first spirit created. And that's what it means. That's why I said the beginning of the creation of the Most High. You got something, brother?
Well, I don't know if you was
all right. Well, let's hold on to that. Let's check real quick. We're gonna get to that, but let's check real quick the Blue Letter Bible on this word for beginning of the creation of the Most High. So we'll be right back.
Okay, Revelations 3 and 14, and unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans write, these things saith the Amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of the Most High.
So now let's go to the word beginning first and foremost, which the word beginning right here comes from the Greek word arche. Now the Greek word arche means, go ahead.
Right. 1, beginning, origin.
See, beginning, origin, meaning he was the first spirit created. Go ahead.
The person or thing that commences. The first person or thing in a series.
Right, the first person or thing in a series. Go ahead.
The leader.
The leader. So the I and the Tha, the beginning and the end. Right. So basically, just letting you know that from the beginning, the Most High created Yahweh Shai. He was the first spirit created. That's why the Lord calls him the first begotten. Go ahead.
Right. That by which anything begins to be. The origin, the active cause, the extremity of a thing, of the corners of a cell, the first place, principality, rule, magistrate of angels and demons.
Right, because Yahweh Shai was the first spirit created, and it makes sense that he is the head of all these different principalities, because the Most High gave it so to him. Now we're gonna deal with the word creation, because we read about arche. Arche was the first, the person or thing that commences, the first person or thing in a series, the leader. So now the word creation comes from the Greek word. Let me just let the guy know. Let me let
Strong's G 2937. Catesis.
Catesis. All right, catesis, which means what?
It means the act of founding, establishing, building, etc. The act of creation. An example, thing created.
So Yahweh Shai was the first spirit or the first thing that the Most High created. So you could understand. All right. So he was the beginning creation that the Most High created. All right. So as you can see, the word beginning of the creation of the Most High shows that Yahweh Shai was created. So now what I want to do from there is let's go to the book of Genesis 1 and 1, and let's read that, and then we're going to break that down for you, because this guy has a problem with the fact that we break down that the word God is Elohim in the Hebrew, and that it meant Yahweh Shai and the angels. He got a problem with that. All right, so go ahead, brother, read that.
Right. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, the powers created the heaven and the earth.
Now jump down to the 26th verse.
Verse
now
20.
we know this is not talking about the Most High, which we're going to get to that. It's talking about Yahweh Shai and the angels, because it's a plurality. there's more than one.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead, brother.
Verse 26. And the power said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
All right, so now let's go to the Blue Letter Bible. I mean, you brothers already should know the word Elohim, but let's go to the Blue Letter Bible and let's look at this word God in the Hebrew, and let's see what it says. So as you can see here, this is Genesis 1:1. So read that again.
It says, in the beginning, the powers created the heaven and the earth.
Right, so now we're going to go down here to the word God, right? And what do you have there for the word God?
Elohim.
Elohim. Now, what does the word Elohim mean?
Plural.
It's plural. Go ahead.
Rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. Plural intensive, singular meaning. God, goddess.
Yeah, we're just going off on the goddess thing. Go ahead.
Godlike one. Works or special possessions of God, the true God, God.
All right, so that's what it means. It's plural. It means the angels, Yahushai and the angels. So as you can see, we looked up at the Hebrew word for God there, and it's Elohim, which means gods, powers, which is Yahushai and the angels. So read that again.
Right. Genesis chapter 1, verse 26. And the power said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
Right, so it says, and the power said, let us, plural, make man in our image, plural, after our likeness, plural.
Yep.
Which that was Yahushai and the angels, which we already proved that. So now,
And
yes,
you gotta say it real quick. And just like we just went to the blue letter where it said Elohim, which meant plural, gods or angels.
Right.
Right? And which wasn't the Most High's name.
Right.
But now, if it would have been just one person, it would have said Allah.
Right.
But with the Elohim, with the yum at the end of it, that made it plural.
Right.
If you know anything about the Hebrew or whatever, when you add yum to a word, it makes it a plural word.
Right. Plural masculine.
Right.
Yep. So yeah, that's right. The elder is correct. All right. So now let's go from there to Ephesians 3, verses 9 and 10. You know, because reason why we're doing this is not for the sake of trying to wake them boneheads up. You know, we're beyond that. The reason why we make lessons like this and any other lessons we make is for the sake of the elect, so that brothers can understand and know the scriptures and know what these particular scriptures are speaking about. Because you do have a lot of sheep and a lot of wolf in sheep's clothing, you know, which are trying to portray themselves as being men of the Lord. And then they instead of going out there and starting their own thing and pushing their own agenda, so to speak, you know, if the Most High is with them, then why are they trying to cling on to us? You know, why is it everything that we teach, they got to try to say something against it? Start your own thing. If the Spirit of the Lord is with you, then the Lord will make your way prosperous. You know, when the Spirit of the Lord came upon Elder Tahar to start up the thing on YouTube, we wasn't following nobody. We wasn't talking to anybody and trying to hang on anybody's skirt tail. We just went out there and kept teaching, and the Lord magnified this thing. So now you got all these foolish virgins out here that are watching, and they're seeing what's going on. They're seeing the prophecies come to pass. Now all of a sudden, you ain't hear from these guys in 15, 20 years, or however long it was. Now all of a sudden they're on fire to break the scriptures down and to be seen and to teach and all that, you know. But anyway, let's go to Ephesians 3 and 9, brother.
Ephesians chapter 3 verse 9. And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery.
Right, this is a mystery. All right. Now going into the Most High and Yahushai and the angels and the creation and all that, that's a deep mystery. It's meat. You know, but the Lord had revealed it to us, and we revealing it to you, brothers out there. Go ahead.
Right. It says, which from the beginning of the world have been hid in the Most High.
Right. Which from the beginning of the world hath been hid what's that with?
I'm sorry, I'm reading it again.
Yeah.
It says, which from the beginning of the world have been hid in the Most High.
Right, had been hid in the Most High, and He will reveal it to whom He will reveal it. You know? Go ahead.
It says, who created all things by Yahweh Shai.
Who created all things by Yahweh Shai, because the Most High Himself had nothing to do with putting the elements together. All the Most High did was He got a blueprint together. He drew out the blueprint, so to speak, and he chose Yahweh Shai and the choice angels back then that He wanted to on this mission. He gave Yahweh Shai the blueprint, and he told Yahweh Shai basically, look, I want you to create things as you see here in this blueprint. I want you to create everything. And what did Yahweh Shai do? Him and the angels went out and they fulfilled the Most High's vision by creating the things that you see. You know, because when you have like an architect or a person that has a blueprint, they have a vision in their mind and they put it down on paper. And then they find the best builders out there to make their vision tangible or make their vision seen.
Yep.
And then once the project is on its way, they'll come and they'll see and they'll check it out and they'll see that it's going the correct way. And after the project is done, they'll look at the project and say, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. This is the vision that I had. That's the same thing with the Most High. I'm just bringing it to you on something that you could understand. Now, when the Most High revealed all the things that He revealed to Moses while he was writing down the book of Genesis and the book of Exodus and the book of Leviticus and the book of Numbers and the book of Deuteronomy, the Most High told him, look, when you build the temple, make sure that you build it as you've seen in the heavens, in the same pattern and the same way that you've seen in the heavens. So the Most High put the blueprint together, gave Yahweh Shai the vision with the angels, and they went out and they accomplished the Most High's work. That's why when you read the book of Genesis, the first chapter, the Most High's name does not appear in any one of those verses.
Yep.
All right? So let's go, brother.
That's right. Verse 9 again. It says, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery which from the beginning of the world have been hid in the Most High, who created all things by Yahweh Shai.
Right.
To the intent.
To the intent. This is the reason why He did it. Go ahead.
That now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places.
Unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places, which are the angels. Go ahead.
Might be known by the church the manifold wisdom of the Most High.
Might be known by the church. What is the church? The elect. So the intent was that through the angels, it may be known to the church, which are the men of the election of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that the Most High did these things. And the only ones that's going to really understand and see it are the elect, which is the church. That was the intent for the Most High doing that, so that we can give honor and praise and glory for the manifold wisdom of the Most High. How he can hang the heavens on nothing. How the earth is hanging on nothing. You know, the different planets and the sun and the moon and the stars, they're all there. They're just floating. You know, and they're in a perfect array. You know, that's what the scriptures say, to be in awe of the Most High.
That's right.
Because He is a great power. He has manifold knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know?
Omnipotent, yeah.
He's omnipotent. So read that 10th verse again.
Come on, it says, to the intent that now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places.
Right, because the Lord, the Most High, used Yahweh Shai and the principalities, all the powers in the heavens and heavenly places, which are the angels. Go ahead.
Might be known by the church.
Might be known by the church. So the things that the Most High did in the beginning, in the creation, with Yahweh Shai and with the angels, might be known by the church, which is what? The elect. All right? Which the Most High sealed before the world began. Go ahead.
The manifold wisdom of the Most High,
Go ahead.
according to the eternal purpose which He purposed in Yahushua our Lord.
And according to the eternal purpose which he purposed in Yahushua our Lord. So now what I want to do is go to the Blue Letter Bible. We're going to look up the word principality and the word powers.
And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery which from the beginning of the world have been hid in the Most High, who created all things by Yahushua, to the intent that now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places might be known by the church the manifold wisdom of the Most High.
Right, so now let's go down, scroll down to the word principality, principalities, which is again the word arche, which the word was beginning. Because the powers, the Yahushua and the powers were in the beginning when the Most High created them. So go ahead, brother.
Right. Arche, which is beginning, origin.
Matter of fact, yeah, go ahead, keep reading.
Right, it says the person or thing that commences.
Right, the person or thing that commences, go ahead.
The first person or thing in a series, the leader.
Right, and now jump down to 5a.
It says of angels and demons.
All right, so now what we're going to do is go back and we're going to go to the word powers. All right, which the word powers is there you see is exousia. Exousia. And if that's the way you pronounce it. Matter of fact.
Strong's G, 1849. Exousia.
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 All right, exousia. Now we want to read, because you could, brothers, if you want, you could read, through all these different definitions. But we want to go to 2b. I'm sorry, not 2b.
4b.
Let me see something.
Or 2b.
Right down here, right? 2b all the way down here.
4, okay. All right. It says the leading and more powerful among created beings superior to men. Spiritual potentates.
Which are the angels. So when we read here, in Ephesians 3 and 10, when it says to the intent, this is the reason why the Most High did what he did. To the intent that now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places, meaning the angels, which were the ones that helped Yahushua create things, might be known by the church, the manifold wisdom of the Most High, so they can know, so that we can know what the Most High did and how he did it and how great his wisdom is. And that's what took place. Right, so as you can see there, we broke it down for you. That's how you know that was the talking about Yahushua and the angels creating things from the beginning, and that was the purpose of the Most High. So that today we can see that and basically be in awe. All right, so now let's go from there to the book of Proverbs, the 8th chapter and the 22nd verse.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 22. It says, the Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way.
Right, that's talking about Yahushua. So the Most High possessed him in the beginning of his way. Go ahead.
Before his works of old.
That's right, before his works of old, before the earth was created.
I was set up from everlasting.
I was set up from everlasting. Go ahead.
From the beginning.
Go ahead.
Or ever the earth was.
Yep.
When there were no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding.
Right. When there were no depths, I was brought. Meaning what? Before the lights were created, before the deep space was created, before the earth was brought together into the state that you have it in. Before all that happened, Yahushua was what? Brought forth. Matter of fact, let me get that. What verse was that?
24.
Right, so it says, when there was no depth, I was brought forth. In other words, what? He was born. The Most High created him. Go ahead.
It says, when there were no fountains abounding with water.
Go ahead.
Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was, I brought forth.
Right, before the hills was I brought forth. In other words, before the creation of everything you see today, before the moon, the stars and all that were created, man, beasts and all that, Yahushua was brought forth. The Most High brought him forth. And matter of fact, we're going to read a few more verses and then we're going to go to the Blue Letter Bible so you can see what that word brought forth means. Go ahead, brother.
while as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there.
Yep.
When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea his decree that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth, then I was by him as one brought up with him.
Right. I was by him as one brought up with him. Why? Because the Most High created him, and then after that, Yahushua created the angels. And they were brought up with the Most High. But this took place before the actual earth, before the creation of what you know today. Go ahead.
And I was daily his delight.
Right, and I was daily his delight. Did not Yahushua say that I always do the things that are pleasing in my Father's sight? Go ahead.
Rejoicing always before him.
Go ahead.
Rejoicing in the habitable part of his earth. And my delights were with the sons of men.
Go ahead.
Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways.
Yep.
Hear instruction, and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting on the post of my doors.
Why? Because Yahushua said what? That if you hear his voice and open, that he and his Father would come and sup with us, or with the men that the Lord chose. He would come and sup with us if we hear his voice and open up, meaning that we listen and then we do the things that the Lord requires of us to do. Then the Lord will come and sup with us. Go ahead.
For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death.
Right, so now let's take a quick look at that word brought forth in the verse 24 and 25 in the Blue Letter Bible. So we'll be right back.
Okay. When there was no depths, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains abounding with water.
Right, so now let's go here. I was brought forth. Now the word brought forth is from the Hebrew word
Chawolah.
Right, chawolah, which means it says to twist, whirl, dance, writhe, fear, tremble, travail, be in anguish, be pain. To dance, I'm trying to get to here it goes. To writhe and travail with, bear, bring forth. Let's see where else. To be made to writhe, be made to bear. To be brought forth, here we go. To be born. To be brought forth, to be born. Right. So Yahushua was what? He was brought forth, or he was born. How was he born? The Most High created him. So read that part again, and you still got Proverbs 8 and 24. Read that.
Yep, it says, when there were no depths, I was brought forth.
Right, when there was no depths, meaning before the earth and everything was created, he was brought forth. Right, so as you can see, the word brought forth means to bear, to be born. Now, when you read the 8th chapter, because you know some of these guys are going to get simple. When you read the 8th chapter, they're going to say, well, that ain't talking about the Messiah, that's talking about wisdom. When you read the first verse, it's talking about wisdom. Well, give me the book of Psalms, chapter 40, verse 7. You know, because you got these guys that they swear they know the scriptures, but the more
puff themselves up.
Yeah, the more they profess to know the scriptures, the least they know. You know? So now let's go to the book of Psalms chapter 40 verse 7. Just to prove the point that when we read in the book of Proverbs, the 8th chapter, it's talking about Yahushua, the Messiah. Read that, brother.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 40 verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me.
Right, so Yahushua said, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. Now go to the one in Hebrews.
Right,
read that. Go ahead.
I delight to do thy will, O my power.
Right, I delight to do thy will, O my power. We read it in Proverbs, right? No,
exactly.
Go to it.
And that's it. He said, I delight to do thy will. Now, back in verse 30, it says, then I was by him as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him.
Right, because all the scriptures, everything you see in the scriptures, that's dealing with Yahweh Shai. He is what? He's the Word, right?
Okay.
So if he's the Word, that means he's spoken of throughout all the scriptures. All right? So Hebrews 10 and 7. We got a couple of scriptures to go through there and make a few more points, and then we're gonna close the lesson. Because if you don't, bottom line, look, these lessons, and the beginning with Elder Tar, Elder Gabar, and the rest of the elders and teachers and brothers in GMS, this what we teaching is only for the elect.
Yep.
The bottom line is that you're gonna have scoffers, you're gonna have scorners. You're going to have those guys that come against the truth. They're going to come against the men of the Lord. Yahweh Shai said it best. He said, "It is impossible but that offenses must come. But woe unto that man by whom the offense cometh." So these guys, they're playing their part. They have to do that. Because the Most High said he's not a man that he should lie. So everything has to be fulfilled. So go ahead, brother.
Right. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 7. Then said I, Lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do thy will. That's
right. Now go from there to John 5:39. So basically the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, he comes in the volume of the book. He is the Word. That's why in John 1 and 1 it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the powers, and the Word was a power." All right, so read that, brother.
Right. It's the book of John chapter 5 verse 39. Search the scriptures, for in them ye think ye have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me.
Right, so when we read in Proverbs the 8th chapter, it testifies of who? Yahweh Shai. Now go from there to Luke 24, verses 44 and 45. So the scriptures, they testify of Yahweh Shai. That's why he said, "I come to fulfill the law, not to destroy it." Meaning he came to fulfill everything that was written about him. He came to fulfill it. You got that, brother?
Come. Luke chapter 24 verse 44. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me.
Right, so basically he said that he came to really basically to open up their understanding, to let them know that all the things that were written in the Old Testament about him, they had to be fulfilled. Is there more?
Yep. Then opened he their understanding that they might understand the scriptures.
Right. So because why? He's the Word. So he had to suffer the things he had to suffer so that he can be worthy to open the seals of the book, so that he can give the mysteries of the book to his elect, which is his chosen, which is the elect or the church. All right? That's it on that, right?
Yep.
Now let's go from there to the book of Colossians chapter 1 and verse 12. All right? Now this scripture in Colossians chapter 1, one of the main points is in verse 15, and that's twofold, and I'm gonna, we'll explain to you. So go ahead, brother.
Right, it's the book of Colossians chapter 1 verse 12. Giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light.
Go ahead.
Who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son.
Right, because the Lord said that he did this for the church, so that the church can know the manifold wisdom of the Most High. Go ahead.
In whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins.
Go ahead.
Who is the image of the invisible power.
Right, who is the image of the invisible power. Because we read in Hebrews, the first chapter, that he is the express image, meaning he looks just like the Most High. Not that him and the Most High are the same person. He looks just like him. Go ahead.
The firstborn of every creature.
The firstborn of every creature. Now that's twofold. The firstborn of every creature, meaning he was the very first spirit created, as we read in the book of Hebrews Proverbs. 1 and 6. Yep. We read in the book of Revelation 3 and 14, and we read in the book of Proverbs. Read that part again.
Right, it says, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature.
Right, the firstborn of every creature. Why? Because he was created with the angels, before the earth and the depths and everything was created. But now it's twofold, because it's also saying that he was Adam. Because Adam was the first creature that was formed. Now, was Adam the first man formed? No, there were many people created at the same time. But Adam was the first man that the Most High opened his mind to the understanding of the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave him. All right? So that's twofold. So now that's letting you know that Yahweh Shai at the beginning was created, and then he in turn turned around and created the angels. All right, go ahead, brother.
Right, it says, for by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers.
That's right.
All things were created by him and for him.
Right, so when the Most High created him, he created the angels and the other powers and principalities, and they were created for him. Why? That's why the Most High told him, look, sit on my right hand until I make that enemies thy footstool. Because everything, all the families in the heaven and on the earth are going to bow to the name of Yahweh Shai. The only one that's not going to bow to him is the Most High, because he is the Most High. He's the only one that's exempt from bowing to Yahweh Shai, because he's the one that gave him that authority and that power. Go ahead.
And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead.
Yep, go ahead.
That in all
the 19th verse.
That in all things he might have the preeminence.
Right, that in all things he might have the preeminence. Why? Because he is the first spirit created. He is the first begotten. He is the head. He is the top. He is over everything and everybody except for Yahweh, the Most High. Go ahead.
For it pleased the Father that in him should all fullness dwell.
That's right. That was it, 19?
Yep.
All right, now go from there to Job 38, verses 1 to 7. And I got about another couple more scriptures, and then we're going to end the lesson there. Because if you don't see it by now, you're not going to see it. It's not meant for you. You know, like I said, these lessons are only for the elect. And only the elect will understand this word. Got that, brother?
Yep. What verse 1?
Yep, 1 to 7.
Job chapter 38, verse 1. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge?
Okay.
Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of the power shouted for joy.
Right, when the morning stars sang together, and all the children of the power, all the sons of the power sang together. What's that? The angels, beginning with Yahweh Shai. And the other angels, those are the sons of the Most High. All right, and I'm going to hit you with something. We were back then too, in the spirit world. So we're the sons of the Most High also. And whatever you're getting, brother, go from there to Job 1 and 6. If you got something, bring it out.
Okay, real quick.
Yeah, bring it out, brother.
It's the book of St. John chapter 15.
Oh, man.
You did it, brother.
Yeah.
In the spirit. St. John chapter 15, and I'm going to start at 26.
Okay.
Says, but when the Comforter is come,
which is Yahweh Shai, which is the word, not that big fat dumpling. Go ahead.
Whom I will send unto you from the Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me.
Right, and the scriptures testify of Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
And ye also shall bear witness.
Right, and ye also shall bear witness. Wait a minute, didn't we read in the book of Ephesians that the intent of the Most High was that the church can understand the manifold wisdom of the Most High? So it says what? Read that again.
It says, and ye also shall bear witness.
Right, and you also shall bear witness. Yahweh Shai speaking to the disciples. Go ahead.
Because ye have been with me from the beginning.
Because you have been with me from the beginning. But you know what? That went over their head. They really didn't understand what Yahweh Shai meant. Meaning Yahweh Shai meant that he was with them, that they were with him way back there in the beginning.
Yep.
Before the creation. Alright? Before the creation of the stuff that you see on the earth. Alright? So now,
Was that,
let's go to Job 1 and 6. I mean, if you got something else.
No.
All right, Job 1 and 6. And like I said, we got a couple more scriptures, quick points to make, you know, and we're going to end the lesson with that. You know, so that's why, like I said, you're not going to find the name of the Most High, Yahweh, nowhere in the first chapter of the book of Genesis, and not even in the first 3 verses of the second chapter. Go ahead, brother.
Right, Job chapter 1 verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of the power came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them.
Right, so those are the angels. All right, Satan is one of the sons of the Most High, so you can understand. Now, if you had something, you could bring it out, but let's go from there to Genesis 2 and 4. All right, so we're going to show you the first time that the Most High's name appears in the scriptures. Go ahead, read that, brother.
Genesis chapter 2 verse 4. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created.
Right, this is the record of the heavens and the earth when they were created. All right, that's the records of the heaven and the earth, meaning the things that you see here in the physical world. Go ahead.
In the day that the Lord Yahweh made the earth and the heavens.
Right, and the day that the Lord Yahweh made the earth and the heavens. Now, how did he make the earth and the heavens? We've read in other scriptures that it was through Yahweh Shai and the angels that were with Yahweh Shai. All right? So now, go from there to the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 4. You know, get what you got to get, and go to Genesis chapter 1 verse 4. Because the Most High, like I said, he laid out the blueprint, gave it to Yahweh Shai. They went and took care of the work. And every once in a while, the Most High would look and see and say, okay, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It's going according to plan. I knew my son would get it done. No, because the Most High's vision, Yahweh Shai and the angels set it forth. All right, brother.
If I can say this real quick, it goes back to in building and construction.
Yep.
You have an architect who hires engineers.
That's right.
You know, to basically build whatever is being built. So the Most High, you know, they try to use this in masonry and stuff.
Yeah.
But the Most High is the grand architect, the greatest architect ever.
That's right.
And he didn't, like the scriptures say, the Lord Yahweh will do nothing. Meaning the Most High didn't do nothing. This was all His will,
right.
His plans, His design. But He had engineers, so to speak, which were what? Yahweh Shai and the angels,
right.
and the prophets. He had them carry out His will.
That's right.
All right.
And that's what we're going to read here in the book of Genesis 1 and 4.
Right. It says, and the powers saw the light that it was good, and the powers divided the light from the darkness.
So it says, and the powers saw the light that it was good. Why was it good? Because it was according to the plans of the Most High, Yahweh. Now go from there to the 10th, jump down to the 10th verse.
Verse 10. It says, and the powers called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And the powers saw that it was good.
And the powers saw that it was good. Why? Because it was according to the plans of the Most High.
That's right.
Now go from there to the 12th verse. Jump to the 12th verse.
Verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And the powers saw that it was good.
And the powers saw that it was good, meaning it was according to the plans of the Most High. That's why the Most High told Moses, said, look, when you build the temple, make sure you build it according to the pattern of what you've seen in the heavens. So the Most High sets up blueprints. And he set up his son and the angels to create the things that you see before you.
That's right.
All right? So enough of this nonsense that the angels didn't exist prior to that. The angels existed before the earth was created. All right? So, I mean, if you got any closing, I was about to say, if you got any closing arguments. No, but if you got anything to say, brother, bring it out.
Nah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And this is really, it's simple if the Lord is dealing with you and you got common sense.
Right.
All right, it's simple. It's nothing hard to be understood, but once again, you got a lot of guys who the Most High ain't dealing with, you darken their eyes. You know?
A bunch of reprobates, basically. That's what they are. They're reprobates, they're scorners, they're scoffers, they're fools. They're the 5 foolish virgins, and everything else you could put on them. All right?
Yep.
So with that, we hope you brothers learned something. I know this is like a little bit of a deep topic. It was meat, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, He gave us the utterance to bring it out to you brothers. So to the next time, we'll say shalom.
Shalom.